So getting ready to set up my new antenna, and I'm just going to show you a few things of it's so bright out here, how I'm going to do it. So first, have the ladder up. So this is just a dog line. Hey doggy, right there, dog. So this is the line that goes over to the current antenna, and I got my air compressor out, a couple tools, extension cord. So what I have to do first is detach the guy wires. If you saw my previous video, I got one connected right to the corner there. One, it's hard to see, but it's onto a, well, screw it. Just walk right over here. Got to attach to a tree with a giant eye hook. And it goes up over here. And then you saw the guy wire. It goes right there. And then this cable runs the coax to the house that goes over into the basement. So my first goal is to detach all the guide wires, not from this end, but from their mounting points. And then I have, I don't know if you can see, this bolt and this bolt that I'm going to use the air compressor with my pneumatic gun to remove. And this is the pivot bolt down here. So once I loosen that up, it's so messy out here, but I'm going to remake some points to where the antenna can lay down. So when I drop it and it comes down, lay it down there. But since the new one has some 7-foot, what do you call it, ground planes, which I'll show you right now. I'll be right back. All right, so we're in the other part of the yard where I've been building this. You can see the ground plane. They stick out pretty far. So over there is where the antenna is. I'm gonna have to chop out a few saplings and go from there. So I'm dropping the antenna today, and then I'll be mounting the new antenna tomorrow. So that's the gig. Watch the build and enjoy, and just share whatever, you know, whatever other builds you have. Thank you. Adios. So you can see, it's dropped. It was up there. I lined up some cinder blocks and a bunch of other random things to get it. So this is just for the disassemble. What I'm gonna have to do to raise the new one, it's gonna be a little bit different due to the ground planes, about 7 feet. I'm gonna have to take out that little tree and a few other saplings, so when I raise it up with the ground planes, it won't knock any of these. And those further back trees are not gonna be a worry, which is good. They're all solid and strong. Just gotta take out a couple. So next, honestly, I'm just gonna remove this coax here, get rid of these U-bolts, a couple straps, and detach. Yeah, so you can see, I didn't videotape it, but so there's the mast. We got the old antenna down, two-piece 1970s, late 70s Archer Radio Shack, 18-footer. Honestly, I don't remember if it was halfway or 5/8 wave. I really don't remember, but we got it down. All right, so next gig is I have to redesign the whole jig. I'll call these things jigs, because next I have to have that raised up about 7 feet. Well, yeah, 7 feet so I can get the it just sucks. I have this trench right here. Of course the trench is like in the way for like putting up ladders, but I'll figure it out, because the ground planes, well, you know, honestly it kind of makes it a little tricky. But yeah, so I had that 18-foot antenna up on these, removed it right there. So next is what is next? I don't know. I'll figure it out quick. So you can see, I know that door is open, but I have this little jig here that I'm gonna like slide forward, because that's the top of my mast. I need to figure out the height where I can mount the new antenna where the ground planes aren't touching the ground. So I'm gonna do that measurement and then pretty much leave it done for the day. But it's a really good start, and I'm happy. I feel like that's gonna come out about another 2 more feet. Just a cinder block. And you can see what I did here. You just cut a V groove, just to be able to hold the mast where it doesn't move on a cinder block. And I don't know if you saw it earlier, but these are the 2 bolts that lock it into place on here, and that's my pivot point. And I already have the guide wires. They're already connected. I'm using the same guide wires, so just your typical guide wire thing right there. And honestly, I would like to I'm gonna bring this forward so it drops it down more. This is where it gets tricky. Only because of the ground plane. If I didn't have the ground plane, it'd be much easier. But I'm gonna have to use, I have this ladder here up against my old observatory. So I'm hoping that I can set up this ladder somewhere right over here. That's gonna be high enough so I can bolt it all on. Check obviously the SWR once it's plugged in before I raise it. But that's getting a little too far ahead. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so measuring the ground plane, it's pretty much 8 feet, 8 inches out. I have it just set up on this right now. And that means I'm gonna have to have it about 9 feet to 9.5 feet above ground. I'm having a little issue. Let me come over here. Trying to figure out the instructions with this collar right here and the way how it mounts to the mast that I have up. But I'll figure that out. So that's where I'm at right now. So the next thing I did, I got my step ladder here. Let's just walk up. I had on zip tie this coax. So this is a 100-footer, pretty much $1 a foot. And like I said, it goes over to the house here. I have this little jig down there that's just holding this mast up for now. And then I also, over here, oh crap, don't want that flying around. I have this cinder block with some pipe on it that's holding the base of the Mako 58. Doesn't have the top part of the antenna. It has the ground planes on, and I'm still trying to determine if I should take the ground planes off and then get the antenna up. Probably not. But just looking at stuff. So center blocks with the pipe, it's just holding the base of the antenna. It's already put together. It's gonna be kind of tricky, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll figure it out. Just moving forward as usual, just figuring out like these little nuances. And then so actually, honestly, this is the next thing. I'll lift this up right here. I'll kneel down. So that base right there is supposed to go onto my mast, and the instructions are a little wonky, a little not really very explainable. So that's actually honestly what I'm trying to figure out next, is how to take my mast and mount it to that, because I think what I'm going to do is I would like to mount that part of the antenna with the ground planes up on there, get it secured nice and tight, and then put the rest of the antenna on. If I have to, which wouldn't be hard, I will disassemble. It's not that hard, but just unscrew these so I'm not dealing with the ground planes. Get those off to the side, and then figure out how to I think that's the best idea. Take the ground planes back off, and then see how I can really mount it to my mast good. Yeah, I think that's the best bet, because trying to play with these ground planes on there at 8 feet 8 inches is a little tricky. Yeah, it's so muddy too, if it's mud or snow or ice. But yeah, so that's the next gig.